canvas up here, plain 16 by 20. I got my palette, pretty much the same colors as last time. I don't think I changed any of them actually. I just added some more of the Prussian blue, ochre, and white. Everything else is the same. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna paint something, something random, something to, I don't know, brighten the day a little bit. So I haven't coated this. It's dry canvas, so I'm gonna use my titanium white and linseed oil mixture here. This is how I coat it. Nothing fancy. I just tap kind of in a grid pattern all over it, and then once I got it relatively covered, I just blend it out with circles and X strokes, whatever gets it in between the weaves. That's the main goal here, is to get the oil and the white into the weaves of the canvas. Yeah, I don't know what I want to paint. I kind of want, let's think about this. What do we want? Maybe we'll do nice sunset. Sunset over here, maybe right here. Sunset over here. That's where my light will be coming from. Maybe a cliff over here. Very small tree line down here. What type of canvas do you use, buddy? These are Sunbelt canvases. They are double primed and side stapled. So, yeah, they're made, I think, in Texas. They work really well. They're pretty tight canvases. I haven't had no problems with the canvas itself. I like double primed a little bit more than I have some over there, but they're wrapped up quadruple prime canvases. So I found these ones hold the paint a little bit slightly better, and it doesn't what's the word, smear around. I think that's the word. It'll, on the quadruple ones, the paint didn't soak in at all, so I didn't get it was hard to remove paint. Like I was in like a Kevin Hill painting phase where all I would do is Kevin Hill paintings, and when you take away the paint, you weren't left with anything because it's quadruple prime ones didn't soak up hardly any of it. But with these ones, if I take away paint, it'll still be in the canvas, which is nice. All right, I'm just gonna wipe this off in the water. Might drop it in some heavy oil here later. All right, check that out. And one thing I like to do after I've already gone over the canvas is just kind of wipe it off with a towel. And I'll use a wet one, which I know is probably not good, but this gets out like any globs. If I had a glob of paint somewhere, it would get out. Cool. All right. Now to the sky. Let's do a sky. Let's do a nice big sky. Maybe, where did we say it was going to be? Over here? Let's do that. 2-inch brush maybe? Let's use a 2-inch brush. And I will actually use, let's see, I might use some yellow and some bright red. A little bit more bright red. Make an orange. Or is this peach? Peach if you had white. So this is like a yellow, cad yellow, red, and white color here. I'm going to throw it in over here. That's where my sunshine will be. Right there. All right. That's enough. And we'll go around that. Let's use some crimson here to that peach color. I don't know what color that is. Crimson and peach. Go around that towards the bottom. And you pull in from the side. I'll get another brush, blend that out later. And we'll throw in some blue. Let's This is ultramarine blue, not phthalo blue, like most people paint along with Bob use. I'll start up in this top right corner, and then we're at the left. That's an interesting color. Looks like it might add some green down there at the bottom. That's okay. I don't care too much about the colors of getting green in my sky. Some people care. I've been sick, starting to feel better. Just watching other artists do art truly helps me. That's good to hear. Glad you're feeling a little bit better too. I know one of my buddies, he got sick. He's had COVID for a while, but he just got negative tests, so he's been out and about. I'm just cleaning this brush off. And this is a Trilon brush, 2-inch Trilon brush. I use those for the base usually because they can clean up with water and not flay out, which is nice. Here we go. All right, let's take this hopefully clean 2.5-inch brush. I'm gonna try and blend out the corners, the edges. Make it look like a fried egg. And I don't really care about this area here because I'm just gonna cover all that up. All right, so we did that. Let's add in some clouds, I guess. Could use some clouds. Some blue, maybe. Some crimson. Yeah. Purple, is that purple? Lavender? Lavender if we had white. That's not lavender. Maybe it is. I have no idea. Wish I could see colors better. All right, what do we want to do? Let's start down here. This is just the fan brush going back and forth, applying more pressure as we go up. Just random directions, random motions. And again, I say I don't care about that spot, so I'm not going to focus on it. I'm just going back left and right in between, kind of blend the colors together. There we go, there we go. Something like that. You blend this out more towards the bottom. It goes off into nothing. Something like that. There we go. Grab our 2-inch brush again, 2.5-inch brush, sorry. I'm just going to go over that bottom part a little bit. Alright, wipe this off. Hope there might be some green left in there, but that's okay. There we go. I'm just going left to right, kind of. I don't want them to be too harsh. There we go. Alright, we got an egg, and we got a smokestack coming out of the egg. That's fine. Maybe we should put a sun. Want to put a sun in here? Let's put a sun in. I can use my finger, but I don't like getting paint on my hands. I don't know why. It's not a messy thing, I don't know what's in it, so I don't know. I don't want to get sick from painting. Alright, where do we want to? Right there. And this is an Egbert brush, and I'm just going in a circle with it. Kind of like this. You can use a 1-inch brush and spin it around. It'll have the same effect. Kind of. Probably be more straight with a 1-inch brush. Alright, where'd my big palette knife go? We're gonna scoop up the extra paint, so we don't want all that white paint there. Go back to the old 2.5-inch brush. Go left, left to right, right to left. Make it look kind of hazy. That's nice, I like that. Hazy day. And then I'll use some of this orangey color, maybe some more white. Maybe some of the red too, I don't know. just going to go back over some spots here. Not all of it, just somewhere I want the paint to hit, or the light to hit, not the paint to hit. Oh, paint hits everywhere. And some very far up here. There we go. Let's brush again. There we go. That's a sky. And then maybe I'll put a tree. Just a tree up there for any reason. You don't need a reason to put a tree in. Alright, wipe this fan brush off. And I have two fan brushes. I don't know why I'm cleaning this one off, but just force of habit maybe. I'll wipe the Egbert brush off. And this is what brand is this? Robert Simmons Egbert. It's a nice little fan brush. If you guys have any recommendations for Egbert brushes, let me know. So I'm always looking to try new ones. Alright. We got a little sky. We got some clouds, the sun. Let's add in some little. I don't want to do full-blown mountains. I don't want to do those. I want to do. What do we want to do? Let's see. I want like just a small subset of mountains, not foothills. I'm not sure how to explain it. It's going to use a lot of white here. Different values of blue. Let's see. There we go. Let's start with the furthest away one. And maybe he's all the way back here. Something like this. One mountain very far away. We'll have an even bigger one in front, but this one's just kind of hanging out in the back. I'm going to go grab some more blue, make it a little bit darker. And then we're going to go on this other side here, throw one in front. It doesn't have to go all the way, because we can add layers here. We can add layers. So I'm going to add some more blue. It should look slightly darker. I know it's going to be very subtle. Might not be able to see it. So this is a darker blue than the one I threw in there. There should be a little variation in tone. And then I just added some ivory black to that blue, so this should be, I think, the equivalent of midnight black in Bob's color line. And we're just going to throw this one out. He's going to be out here. Covering up that peachy color there. It's okay. Maybe it comes down. Get into that white color. There's something. So we got 4 mountains there. And let's add, what do we want to add? I guess we could add, I'll use the palette knife here. Would these be in the shadow? They would be in the shadow. So these are in the shadow. So I'm going to be adding it. I want to add in water lines, but if they're in the shadow, they need to be, what's the term? Cooled off? Cool colors? Because they're not in direct sunlight. Or they are not direct sunlight, if that makes sense. Alright, those ones look okay. I'm going to need to add some dark color here towards the bottom. Just a bunch of cool colors. Let's see, let's pull left to right. I'm just going to throw it all the way across the bottom here. This is like a river, maybe? Lake? I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff up here. Nothing specific. This is not planned. It's not drawing. None of that. Just random painting. If you watched iCarly. Not that I'm a grown man who still watches iCarly. So now that I've got that base color, and I can put this back here as well. There we go. That's all I needed. Forgot to do the base color first. If you're painting along, make sure you do the base color beforehand. Alright, so now we got that big old mountain there, or mountains, plural. We got the water. I'm going to pull this left to right, make it look more, I don't know, wispy, less defined. I don't know what the word is. Cool. And then I guess we can start adding in a giant. Do we want to add in a giant mountain here? Maybe we do. I know I said he was going to be a giant mountain. I didn't think. Yeah, let's just go big. And he's going to cover up all of this. Or not all of it, but a good chunk of it. I'm just blocking in color with the fan brush here. I don't know if we want to go all the way down. Probably not. Oh no, there's white in there. Oh no, it's ruined. It's not ruined. Never say your painting is ruined. Because it's not. Even if you completely mess up what you wanted to do, you can always scrape off the paint. Throw some color back in. Start over. Very easy. Very easy. It'll make you sad that you used all that paint, but it's not ruined. Alright, I got a giant cliff in here. Look at that. Alright. What do we want to do? I kind of want to put some land in there first before I go too crazy with this cliff. Let's do that. I know if I go too deep, it's gonna. Alright. We can have very dark green here with cad yellow and ultramarine. And this one might actually, some of it might actually be in the sun. Not all of it. I'm just putting in random splotches of land. Not thinking too much about placement yet. Just kind of random splotches. Random splotches of color. It might look more like green water than anything else. But we can add details later. What's the word? Blobs. We'll add blobs in first. These are going to look like little tiny trees out here. Step back 1 second. Make sure. Let's throw some in back here. Just pulling left to right again. I didn't like the way that one tree looked there, so I'm just gonna fill them in. There's one right here. One right there. Some down here. This should just look like random trees. Random trees and land. I kind of want these ones over here to be a little bit darker. There's going to be like maybe a strand of light there in the middle. I saw a video on here of Kevin Hill. It's crazy. He painted on a very small canvas board, had it taped to the easel. Yeah, that's his demo kit has a wooden. I actually have one. I could show you real quick. It's a little. Let's grab it. Yeah, it's like one of these little tiny. I don't know if that shows up, but it's a little tiny canvas board type thing. Because I actually got that kit after I saw that video because it was very interesting. And then I took one of his classes back in August last year. Very helpful, but very hard painting style. for beginners at least. I still consider myself a beginner. So. He is very talented. He's been painting 15 years. Or I think he said 15. I've only been doing this for one and a half, so I got some time, maybe. Alright, so I added in some like tree shapes here. I'm just gonna mash them in, make them, I don't want any detail down here. This would be like you're standing on a cliff next to this giant cliff. I don't know. You can't really see down the land too much down there. Alright, now we got that in. We can go big. I'm going to do brown. I'm going to put a cliff in front of a cliff in front of a cliff. This is crazy. I've never painted anything like this before. Most of this is just the fan brush too. I'm not using as much as far as brushes go here. Just throwing in color. I might throw in some black color here because that might not be enough as far as details go, or definition, I think is the word. There we go. We got a couple of cliffs here. I'll firm him up just a little bit more. Pulling down with the fan brush. Just gives it some shape. This is giving me some ideas on what to paint. I have some acrylics. I'm really liking this. That's good to hear. If you do it with acrylics, let me know. I've used them a couple times and I always struggle. But maybe one day I'll watch a good video from somebody and they'll show me the ways. I know Kevin Hill has some. He does acrylics, or what does he call it? Mixed media, I think is the word he said. Now I'm just adding some shapes to this cliff here. Nothing definite though. I don't want details on this one. I just want this to be like somewhere you might be able to hike, but haven't hiked yet. I'm pulling down the fan brush, make it look steeper, steep mountain. How does that look? Maybe I want this to be a little bit darker, so I pull it down, pull it away. It makes it darker. All right. So that's something. We definitely got something here. Is it good? I'm not sure. Again, this was not planned. I just wanted to paint something. All right, let's go back into this white. Now I don't want this to be super bright though. I'm gonna try and get this red or yellow color. I want to make it look like it's hitting this edge here. Just a little bit on spots. Nothing too detailed. This is somewhere you could hike. Maybe that's what I'll call this painting. Somewhere you could hike. We don't have many big rocks like this where I live. Most of what we've got around here are little tiny hills. I'm just tapping. If I had a flat brush. If I had a flat brush, that would probably help out a good bit. You know, Robert Warren, he does paintings on the Alexander art, or he used to. He did flat brush stuff all the time, all the time. All right, maybe I'll grab the 2.5 inch brush. Sunset landscape, yeah, that's what we're going for. I'm gonna take the 2-inch brush because I just want the edges here. I don't want detail on this blue mountain. Or is this blue? I can't tell. I don't want details on that one. I kind of want a little tiny bit on this one, not too much. All right. And the last thing we're gonna do, we got that weird color up in the corner I want to get rid of. And how do we get rid of colors we don't like in paintings? As Bob says, trees cover a multitude of sins. So So we're just gonna take the fan brush. I don't know if you've seen someone paint a tree like this, but this is how I like painting trees quickly with the fan brush. just tap in. Kind of holding it like this and pop, 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 pop. If you play drums, it's kind of like traditional grip, but with my offhand, my right hand. And this is just the dark background color. Once I got a good dark color in there, I'll throw in some nice highlight colors. It might not be dark enough though. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. This is just raw umber, sap green, and ivory black. That's what I'm using here. I do wet on wet for acrylic. This is gonna sound funny, but I also learned this from another artist, shampoo. Oh, you use shampoo? You can use it for glaze. That's really cool. I didn't know you could use shampoo for that. That's really cool. I need this to be darker up here, because that's going to be in the back. I'm just smacking it with the fan brush now. There we go. Now it looks like there's something hanging out here. Not bad, not bad. And then we'll go into this white and yellow ochre color. This is very like red, orange tones here, I think. I hope that's red. I have no idea. Now we're just gonna try and tap in clumps. I think I saw Robert Warren painting like this. He's really good. He's on Alexander Art. Alexander Art has a subscription. You pay $30 a month, and you get access to all of their videos. And it's a really good deal, kind of like Netflix, but for artists. There we go. I might need some yellow. I feel like I need some maybe bright green. I guess I have sap green and white. I can do that. That might help. I want there to be more greens in the middle. Let's do that. I'm just gonna go into white and sap green. Maybe that's what I'll want. Oh yeah, there we go. Mint green, I think is the word. All right, we're just gonna throw this in between. I'm just gonna try and make it look like a tree, less like a explosion. If that makes sense. There we go. Maybe we'll even cover up the corner there. I think maybe if we do like absolute white, this might not work, but it might work. It'll either work or it won't work. Those are our options. Just on the very edges. I'm just tapping with the corner of the fan brush. I want to give it more shapes, and this is the last highlight that I'll do. I like having shapes in my trees. There we go. All right. Ow, just stubbed my toe. It's starting to rain here. So I think with that, I'm going to sign it, bring it down, have a look. I have no idea how it turned out. Again, this was just a random painting that we did. Sunset landscape, as Billy calls it. Might call it that. All right. Just going to wipe these off real quick, and then grab our old reliable script liner brush. I still have oil on there from the last painting. I never cleaned up this section because, again, I don't like wasting paint. I'm going to throw in Where should the signature go? We'll throw it in over here. I don't want to put it over there just because there's not much space. I might actually touch this one up later, but probably not. I think it's good as is. 2-2. All right, rinse that guy off here. Tap it and pull the paint out. I used to play drums. I struggled trying to get to do the drum solo, Moby Dick, Led Zeppelin. Oh, John Bonham, yeah. Nice, Rick Roach. Classics. I tried playing Buddy Rich when I was a kid, but was never good enough. Well, I wouldn't say I wasn't good enough, I just didn't practice enough. I think that's the key. All right, let's see how we did. Let's see how we did here. All right, we got our cliff with some rocks. If I could line this up. There we go. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Random painting by me. Paint by